Okay, everybody, let's go through the second part of pre-test 2. We'll go through the second part of pre-test 2. So go to your first page. We did page 1, 2, and 3 last week or last time. Let's go to page 4. We will go to page 4. So we have present simple and present passive. Present simple and present passive. So present simple is something that's just happening. Present simple is something that happens on its own. He makes beautiful tables. He makes. So it is B. It is a present simple. Now we're getting into the passive part. A lot of tea. So a lot of tea is grown. Is grown. Why do we work with is? It is uncountable. It's an uncountable noun. Is grown. T is an uncountable noun, so is grown, not are grown. And why do we say it is grown and doesn't grows? Because it's something that farmers plant. Farmers plant tea, so they is grown. If you said a lot of trees grow in Taiwan. But because it is tea, it's something farmers plant, it goes to is grown. Then number 21. Each book. Each book. So now we're getting to present passive again. Why? Because we are singling out each book. We are singling out of a lot of books. So each book, singular, is labeled. Each book is labeled. So first is he makes beautiful tables out of wood, because we are talking directly about the person. Next we're getting into passive, because we are speaking about the farmers, but we are not naming them. A lot of tea is grown in Taiwan. Each book is labeled, so somebody went and labeled the books. Part G, find the difference. Circle the word that is not the same as the others. So here we are looking at words that have the same or similar meaning. We are grouping words together. So we have make, produce, grow, and destroy. So let's look. To make something, good. To produce something, good. To grow something, good. To destroy something, bad. So destroy is the one that's not working together. Aerobics is a type of exercise. Ballet is dancing. Ballroom, dancing. Salsa, dancing or food. But here we will say it is dancing. So dancing, dancing, dancing. Exercise. So exercise doesn't work. And then we have bored, enthusiastic, excited, and interested. Positive, 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 negative. So the negative shouldn't be there. Bored. You shouldn't be bored. You must be excited about class. Okay, so now let's move on to our writing part. the writing part. So our first writing part is a short message. A short message. You just returned from a trip to Africa. Wow, that's amazing. Write a short letter to your friend to tell them about the trip. In your note, you should tell them who you went with, where you stayed, what animals you saw, and what the weather was like. What the weather was like. So, have you ever been to Africa? Have you seen TV shows about Africa? I want you to place yourself in what you know and have seen about Africa. You must think about yourself in Africa. Me, teacher Yuan, I come from South Africa. I am from South Africa, which is the most southern part of Africa. So, you must think you went on a trip to Africa. It's a short letter to your friend. So, this is a fun letter. It is a fun, informal letter to your friend to tell him about the trip. So, let's start with who. Who did you go with? Now we must think. Did we go with a sports team? Maybe we went for a basketball tour. Maybe we just went on a safari holiday with the family. What do you think? Let's go with family. So first we will write about family. Then where did you stay? Where did you stay? Which country in South Africa did you go to? Where did you go? Let's start with something I know. We will say South Africa, Johannesburg, went to South Africa, Johannesburg. Where you stayed? Where did you stay? So you can say you stayed in a hotel. What animals did you see? You can say you went to the lion park. Lions. Everybody likes lions, right? What animals did you see? We say lions. And what was the weather like? So for the most part, the weather in South Africa is warm and sunny, but not as humid as in Taiwan. So you can say warm and sunny. So here we have all the questions. We went to a family. We stayed in Johannesburg in a hotel. We saw lions at the lion park, and it was a warm and sunny weather. Great, so let's start writing our story. So, what's our friend's name gonna be? Are we gonna write? Let's write a letter to Bruce. So we can say, so this is fun, it's to a friend. So it's a fun letter. So we start with, hello Bruce. My family and I went on a fun My family and I went on a fun African adventure. So, we say fun, it's an adjective, it explains, it was a fun trip. We went on a fun African adventure. So it's not only a trip, it's an adventure you went on. It just sounds fun. So now we have to go where we stayed. We went on a fun African adventure. We stayed in the Hilton Hotel in Johannesburg. So my family and I went on a fun African adventure. We stayed in the Hilton Hotel in Johannesburg. Now we have to explain about Johannesburg. We say one of the busiest cities in South Africa. So we stayed in the Hilton Hotel in Johannesburg, one of the busiest cities in South Africa. We went on a safari the famous Lion Park. We went on a safari at the famous Lion Park. So again, we put the adjectives. We're creating the picture. Everybody knows it's a famous lion park. Now you can go on Google, you search Lion Park Johannesburg and it will come up. So we went to the famous Lion Park. The lions were massive and came right up close to the car. We could almost touch them. So now we explained the animals we saw, where we saw the animals. We created a story. We say the lions were massive and came right up close to the car. We could almost touch them. So when you go to the lion park, the lions come close to the car, just outside. Sometimes they even jump on top of the car. And then we can say, we must still speak about the weather. So then we can say, at least the cars aircon worked. At least the car's aircon worked. It was so hot. So at least the car's aircon worked. It was so hot. And then we send off, because we have enough words, we say, "Oh, to see you soon, and tell you all about it." Greetings, teacher Johan. So we say, "Hello Bruce, my family and I went on a fun African adventure. We stayed in the Hilton Hotel in Johannesburg, one of the busiest cities in South Africa. We went on a safari at the famous lion park. The lions were massive and came right up close to the car. We could almost touch them. At least the car's aircon worked. It was so hot. Hope to see you soon and tell you all about it. Greetings, teacher Johan."
Ja. Okay.
Okay. So, remember when you're writing, hit all the points, look at everything they ask you. Remember to write it in your story, keep it fun and simple. It's a message to your friend, hello friend Bruce, and remember to greet them. Good work, everybody. Now we will go on to the next part. So, in our next part, we have to write a longer composition, about 90 to 100 words. When you write a composition about finding money on the street. So here we're writing a story about finding money on the street. Use proper capitalization and correct grammar. Remember to say who the story is about, where it takes place, what happens first, next, and how the story ends. Use adjectives to create word pictures. So because this takes so long to write the whole story, we will just be going through what we need to say. So how do we start? With a diagram. Yes, we're gonna write and plan with a diagram. So at the bottom part of your test page, there is an open piece of paper. I want you to use this part to plan out what you're gonna write. So your name for your story will be Finding Money on the Street. Now you can change this name and make it more personal. You can say maybe we found a lot, we picked up a lost wallet, or anything like that. You can think about a different name to your story. So they're asking us, remember to say who the story is about. So let's start with who. So maybe it is you and your friend. Let's say Cindy and Nina. So our story is about Cindy and Nina. Where did Cindy and Nina go? Cindy and Nina went to the where? Let's say they went on a night market. They went to the night market. And then what happens first? So first we have to say how you found the money. How did you find the money? Was it a purse? Was it a wallet? Was it just loose roll of cash lying on the ground? What would you say? So let's say they picked up a wallet. Wallet filled with cash. And then what happens next? So, what did you think? What did you do? What did you do, Cindy? What did you do, Nina? You were walking down the street. You picked up a massive amount of money in a wallet. What did you do? I think first you started searching. For the person. And when you couldn't find the person, you took it to the police station. And then how your story end? I think your story would end at the police station, and maybe you can write, you can give your story either a happy ending
Okay, yes.
you can give your story a happy ending, or you can give it an open ending. So when writing your story, you have to remember who's it about, where did you go, and what happened. So you will say in your story,